Back in the early 2000s, I landed what I thought was a decent job. I was hired as a content creator for a university trying to break into YouTube. The pay wasn't great, about $2,200 a month, but back then video production was slow, complicated, and required serious effort. And I was okay with that, because I genuinely loved making content. Then came my second day. My manager sat me down and handed me my KPI, 85 videos, in 52 weeks. I remember staring at the number, waiting for her to laugh. She didn't. This wasn't just editing videos. This meant scripting, casting, filming, editing, even composing music. All by myself. And it got worse. The university's equipment was ancient. Their computers couldn't even handle 720p properly. So I had to use my own gear, my own software, my own everything. I told her straight up, it wasn't realistic. She just smiled and said, "Try your best. If the quality is good, I won't focus on quantity." That reassurance made me stay. At least, at first. For the first month, everything was fine. She was supportive, friendly. Then one day, she found out I was a smoker. And overnight, everything changed. Suddenly, I couldn't do anything right. If I smelled like smoke after a break, problem. If I came in 5 minutes late, even after working overtime, problem. If I didn't answer messages during my break, problem. It wasn't about work anymore, it felt personal. A colleague even warned me. She hates smokers. She's gotten people fired for it before. But I stayed. I worked harder, longer hours, 6 days a week, over 60 hours, because I believed the work would speak for itself. I was wrong. 5 months in, I got called into the director's office. The moment I walked in, I saw my manager sitting there, wearing this strange expression, half disappointed, half excited. That's when I knew. The director started talking. She said she was concerned about my performance. I had only completed 30 videos out of 85. I tried to explain everything, the workload, the hours, the fact I was doing everything alone. I even pointed out something important. Those 30 videos, they had the highest views the university had ever seen. But none of that mattered. The director cut me off. The KPI is 85 videos. That was it. No discussion, no context, no acknowledgement, just a number. Then my manager chimed in. She actually snorted and said, "We'll hire a professional production house to finish the work." The way she said professional, it wasn't about solving the problem. It was about replacing me. The director hesitated for a second, then agreed. And just like that, I was fired. But in that moment, something clicked, because I knew something they didn't. Part of my job was maintaining a database of production houses, contacts, emails, numbers, and my manager. She had 0 connections in the industry, which meant she would rely entirely on my database. That's when the idea hit me. If they wanted professionals, I'd give them exactly what they asked for. So before leaving, I made a few changes. I altered contact details, switched numbers, corrupted emails, all except one. A production house where my friend worked. Then I called him. I told him everything, and I made him an offer. I would teach him exactly how to win the pitch, exactly what the university wanted, exactly how to present it. In return, I'd get a 15% finder's fee. He didn't hesitate. Within days, his company was pitching, and just like I predicted, they nailed it. They sounded like insiders. They understood everything. My manager and the director were blown away. They signed them immediately. No hesitation, no negotiation. And that's when the real consequences began. Because hiring a production house wasn't cheap. Each video cost multiple times my monthly salary. But unlike me, they had teams, producers, Directors, editors, full crews. They could pump out videos every few days, and they did. 50 videos in just 4 months. The project was completed faster than ever, but the cost, massive, over 100 months of my salary. And me? I sat back, collecting my 15%, which turned into about 15 months of pay. From a job I got fired from. I used the money to travel, to study, to move forward. I thought that was the end of it, but I was wrong. One day while I was on holiday in Bali, I got a call. It was that same colleague who warned me about my manager. Her first words? "You won't believe what happened." My manager was fired immediately, and the director got absolutely destroyed by the chancellor, because the budget for the entire project was supposed to be about 1.5 years of my salary, but instead, they spent over 10 times that amount. My manager had panicked. She was so desperate to prove she could finish the project that she approved everything, without permission, without limits, without thinking, and it cost her everything, her job, her reputation, everything. And the director? She backed it, without questioning it, which made it just as bad. So in the end, the person they tried to replace walked away with more money than the job itself. My friend got promoted to full director because of the massive deal, and the people who thought I wasn't good enough lost everything trying to prove it, all because they underestimated one thing. Not my skills, but my understanding of the system. And sometimes, that's all it takes to flip the entire game.